everyone. I'm Keith Harris with LENSEC. Welcome to What's Your Perspective? We have another episode here for you today and some great content to cover regarding security. And today we have a wonderful guest, but first I wanted to welcome my cohort and colleague, Scott Oliver. Scott is the Regional Sales Manager for LENSEC down in the Southeast region of the United States. Hi, Scott. How's it going today?
Good, Keith. Thanks for having me on. Always good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. The weather down there doing well? You guys hanging in?
You know, it's dry right now, but actually it's a little bit cool for this time of year, so we're enjoying it.
That's great. That's great. Well, we have a great guest today. We wanted to introduce Shelton Mangum. He's with Creative Security Systems out of Montgomery, Alabama. Creative has been a good partnership that we've added for LENSEC, and we wanted to take a little bit of time to introduce you to Shelton and let you know about our partnership with him. And Shelton, welcome to What's Your Perspective?
It's good to be here. Appreciate y'all asking me to be part of this program.
We appreciate you joining us and making time. I know you've got a busy week ahead of you coming back out of the holidays, but we'll talk here real quick and get rolling, and then we can let you go and get back to taking care of your customers down there. How are things in Montgomery right now?
The same as Scott, is dry, and I didn't see any evidence of rain. We were out of town up in the Smoky Mountains this Memorial weekend, and so we just got back in town last night and back to work, which I think I told Robert I quit, but he wouldn't accept my resignation. So.
Yeah, so back to work, right?
Yes, sir. Back to reality.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into security?
Well, we have a family-owned company since 1975. My mother and my stepfather started this company, and back in the '86, I started full time with the company, and got 2 years of industrial electronics in, and I went back to college for criminal justice and social science, and I kind of got roped into it and haven't been able to leave it, but I've really enjoyed it, and it's been a really good adventure for us here at Creative Security.
That's great. So long history there in Alabama. How wide is the reach for the company?
We go into Georgia. We take care of the whole state of Alabama, and we're thinking about hitting the edge of Florida next.
Great. So you're in growth mode. That's always good, right?
Yes, sir.
All
We'll
right.
just find the employees.
Well, have you've been working with LENSEC here for a little while. Tell us how you found out about LENSEC.
I went to a conference with Galaxy Access Control Systems down in Florida, and that's when I first introduced with LENSEC. And I spent some time with the individual down there, and saw the potential in it, and saw what it could do for us as far as a security management system is concerned. And so we just reached out to LENSEC to introduce ourselves later, and we are now starting a new venture with them, and it's looking good.
And Scott, tell us a little bit about how that partnership has developed from our perspective.
Yeah, well, when I came on board with LENSEC last year, Shelton was one of the first ones that I reached out to, and it turns out to be a really great partner. The communication is great. And of course, he's also allowed us to do some testing with him. So, some features and integrations that we're working on here. Also, he's allowed us to use some of his systems. So it's been really good. And of course, in the middle of that, opportunities arise. And so we're working on a lot of great opportunities, some small and some large, which gives you, a good idea of where LENSEC fits. So it can fit in the small applications, your 5 to 10, 12 cameras. And then, of course, we're working on applications where it's not close to 1,000 cameras possibly, over time. So LENSEC fits, I think, what they're doing very well.
That's great. And so, where do you see some of the real benefits of the partnership between LENSEC and Creative? Where do you see some of where the rubber meets the road, how we can help each other out?
Well, as far as the markets go, we've worked, Shelton and I have worked in some education market, and that's, K through 12 private school, also college, university. So there's, he has some experience with that. He's taught me a few things on some of, what they deal with and what they run into. And so, yeah, I hope I answered your question, but yeah, that's what we've been working on. And that's, I feel like, LENSEC is really helping get them in the doors, but they're also helping get us into doors that we may not necessarily have been in without them.
Shelton, where are you guys approaching the market, and how are you finding some of the benefits of how LENSEC's partnership can help you?
Well, anytime that we have an access control and a camera system, we're going to use LENSEC and Galaxy. We're a loyal company to our vendors. If we are pushing a access control system from the vendor, we're going to stay on that. We're going to use just them and nobody else. And that's what we've done since 2004 with Galaxy. That is our access control system that we sell. Doesn't matter whether it's one door or 80 doors or 500 doors. And if there's going to be a camera system in it, we see the importance of being able to integrate that camera system and that access control system together for a security standpoint. And then when you add security on top of that, with the integration of the security system, it becomes a very powerful platform to be able to do what the customer needs, and that is to give them the ultimate security system to be able to protect their properties and be able to know what's going on with their employees, and then being able to identify those individuals that are not authorized to be on their premise.
Where some of our viewers may or may not know about the level of our integration, how are you seeing that come into importance for your customers?
Well, again, and I hope I answered this question right too, is we deal with a lot of commercial industry. And we, years ago, I saw this acronym on a bid called SMS, Security Management System. And I wondered what that was, Security Management System. And that's what it is. It's taking your security system, your access control system, your camera system, and integrating them and weaving them in so that you have the benefits of all three of those on a platform. And so we have been searching ever since, and we have been searching for the perfect vendors to integrate. And we came across LENSEC with Galaxy. They integrate really well together. And in Galaxy, and I'll mention this product, but Galaxy integrates real well with Bosch, and we're Bosch dealers. And so when you put those three together, it becomes a very powerful platform that we want to take advantage of and give our customers the advantage of having that platform.
Great. And Scott, what do you see there as the benefit of Perspective VMS integrating with the Galaxy system and also with Bosch equipment? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, of course, it's good on several different levels. One, at Shelton's level, being one of our dealers, it helps to keep everything consolidated, as he just said. And it ties in very well with everything else, all the different technologies that he's using. At the end user level, of course, it's convenience more than anything. So we know that, that user that's actually using the system isn't juggling multiple softwares on a daily basis, going in their access control, operating doors, backing out, going over into their cameras. Also, we're working on some where the security systems are alarmed. So instead of multiple softwares residing on your system and you're having to juggle all of that, the user's using them all in one. Shelton has the same vision that we do on that. And I like to point out too, LENSEC, there's nothing worse than a company that builds products, and we all know some that builds products that nobody really needs or wants. And LENSEC is very keen on listening to the voice of the customer, which is what we're doing here, and building technology, building features into our existing platform based off these types of conversations of what the customer actually wants. So I think that does very well for both companies.
Great. And what are you seeing there, Scott, rather, as the benefit of? I mean, what are you actually doing? How do these pieces of the puzzle fit together?
Well, what we are doing, like there's a school, for example, that Shelton is one of Shelton's great customers, and as he mentioned, they have. I think they have some Bosch cameras, but they certainly have Galaxy Access Control. They have us, and they also have their alarms.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are right now consolidating or integrating all of those, so that customer is using that one software platform. The way we're doing that is meeting with them. We've met with them recently and listened to what they had to say, what they're looking for, and we can fit that bill. We're working on some of it now. Some of it already exists. We're also looking at even redesigning our application, so on the phones and tablets, and so that it's more user friendly. I think everyone that knows LENSEC, has ever used PVMS, knows that its key benefit is that it is very intuitive, and so we want our app to also reflect that.
So the customers can come in to Perspective VMS that's connected through to the access control systems and
Right.
their alarm panels, and be able to not only access information from those all of the security systems through Perspective VMS, you can actually control doors from
Right.
Perspective VMS. So that what that means for the end user customer is that they can actually lock and unlock doors. They can associate cameras with doors, so they now have an ability to be able to have video verification of events, and some real nice capabilities there. Shelton, what are you seeing as how is customer reaction to this when you're taking solutions like this out to the public? What are they telling you?
Well, with the perspective, it's been great because unlike our competitors that offer a MVR with a software already built into the system, it's very limited as to what you can do with it. The PVMS, the Perspective software, is a management system. And it's void of any servers or anything. You add your own server, your own storage to it, and then you integrate it with your systems. And the fact that we can create these events, especially on the access control doors, you want a camera for every door. You need a camera, and then you need cameras that are going to be associated with that door that feeds into your building, especially education. But having this ability to be able to do this has just been a really very positive on the customer's point of view. And once they hear about it and the features that the PVMS offers, they get excited. And we get excited because we know that there's a possible sale there and a possible solution to some of the problems they've been having for years, having to deal with different types of NVR cameras that won't work on their NVRs, being limited as to what they can do with their NVRs. So this has just been a great relationship with the LENSEC and with the access controls and the securities that we're providing.
Great. Shelton, are there any specific customer examples that you want to share? Whether you share the name of the company or not, are there any specific examples that you're seeing that you're proud of that you want to tell us about?
Well, actually, we just had an incident happen at one of the schools that Scott and I went and talked with the head of the security, and that was ACA, Scott. They had graduation just recently, and they had about 5 or 6 of the graduating students come in there and vandalize the front of the school. All caught on camera, by the way. And these events that were created by the LENSEC we were able to go straight to those events, capture what was going on, being able to then take it and archive it and email. We were sitting, in fact, we were sitting together online. I was here at the office looking at the same video he was looking at, and I saw things that he didn't see, and I was able to just take a snapshot of it, send it to him by email, and it just really made being able to go in and get the video we needed. We didn't have to go searching for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours for the video. It was right there in the event log. So and we were able to identify the students. So they had to clean up the mess.
Wow. I bet they did. I bet they did. Scott, what's your reaction to that?
Well, I'm glad the solution worked for ACA when they needed it. It's unfortunate, that look, I've got a senior. Well, he was a senior. He's graduated now, but my son just graduated, and we've had similar things like that happen at his school here in Georgia. But yeah, I'm glad the system was in place, and I'm glad it worked like it should. And I think as Shelton pointed out, it wasn't hard to find the footage that he needed, the information he needed, and to export it. And I think, Shelton can attest, there's always more than one way to find it too. You can search on motion. You can search, if you know what time it is, or roughly what time it happened, you can go through forensic searching. And as we talked about before, the virtual map or the interactive map that we have, that makes everything so much easy to find what you need. But I'm glad it worked for ACA.
Yeah, and also, Shelton, the remote accessibility of the system, you being able to log in and help the school find that video remotely. How easy was that for you?
Oh, that was very easy. And again, unlike other systems, you would have had a hard time doing that. Yes, the ease of being able to get on there and log in, view the same cameras that he's viewing, and be able to do the searching through the archive, and while he's doing various things on the software at the same time, was just invaluable.
That's great. That's great. Well, is there anything else that you want to focus on today? Anything that I may not have asked that you think is an important feature or an important aspect of our partnership that is worth mentioning?
Yes, I would say that the response that I've gotten from LENSEC as a dealer, LENSEC listened to us. And it's the first time I've ever had a company actually listen to the dealer as to features that they may need on a system. And being able to work with LENSEC on an application that will integrate the access control, the security system, and the camera system together on one app is tremendous. And this is really going to be a game changer in our industry to be able to offer this to our commercial customers. We've got a customer right now that we've been working with for over a year who wanted just one app to be able to look at his cameras, look at his access control, look at his security system. And we have put in place the access control system now. And if we can come up with this app, then we're going to be able to go in there and change his cameras, add cameras to his system, change out his security system. And he's got multiple places, factories. And it's really great to be able to have a company like LENSEC to be able to listen to the dealers and be able to work on things to better the sales force that we have in place with all these systems. So we appreciate it very much. LENSEC has been great to work with.
Thank you. We appreciate you as well being our partner. It's about success for you as much as it is about success for us. And I think that's important to note. That's one of the key values that we hold at LENSEC is, we truly value the partnership, and we want to make sure that our partners are successful as well. It's not just about making money.
Absolutely.
Will you tell us how your experience has been with support, technical support?
Technical support has been great. Whenever we've had a problem, we've been able to call and get a technician pretty quickly on the phone, and they'll remote in if they need to. In fact, I've had times when the tech support, they've worked overtime. They've worked into the evenings on some of the issues that we've had. While we went home to our families, they were still working on our systems remotely, getting things repaired and fixed up and configured, if you will, for our customers, to where, within just a short amount of time, we were where we needed to be. And so we appreciate the tech support that we have.
Well, thank you so much. Scott, how do you want to wrap this up? Is there anything you want to make sure we mention before we wrap up today?
Well, I think in summary, Shelton is saying that he's got a great RSM for in the Southeast. No, Shelton and his crew, they're a great dealer to work with. Likewise, we enjoy working with Creative. The communication has been great, and we look forward to working with you more. And Shelton, I will point out one thing, like Shelton had mentioned, our tech support. When I was on a visit with Shelton at a customer, and the customer had PVMS running, there was one feature, I forgot what it was, but it was simple. I think it was displaying of cameras, the number of cameras on the screen. And, within 5 minutes, I had Bryce, with LENSEC, log into the system with their permission, change it, and we move on. And so that's the kind of support that Shelton's talking about. We got a great team of people that do that every day. And so we look forward to doing that even more.
Well, thanks for joining us, Shelton. We appreciate the partnership, and we wish you and your company the best of success as we move forward together. Scott, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you both being here.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah. So this has been What's Your Perspective by LENSEC, and we want to make sure that you check us out on social media. We broadcast on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and also on our website. So please check us out there, lensec.com/live. You can see past episodes of What's Your Perspective. Like, share, and comment on our social media channels. And thanks again for joining us. This has been What's Your Perspective.